What is up, Titan Nation? Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We got an awesome show lined up for you guys. So excited about this show. So excited to have this man back on the show. It's going to be a great show. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, what's going on, what's been going on with him. And it's going to be a really good show, you know. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Tighten up that like button. Let's get some likes in here tonight. We are on the road to 1K. Help us get there. We're at like 845, something like that, 850. And we've been rolling, especially ever since we released the Henry video and got a bunch of views on that and stuff. So we have been rolling. It's been pretty cool. And yeah, let's roll the intro here, and then we'll get into some stuff.
Oh, how y'all doing? This is Jaylen Flye, aka the Mountain Mover. Make sure y'all follow my movement. But in the meantime, check us out. I need y'all to like and subscribe because this is Titans Rossi. Oh, let's go.
There we go, guys. So thank you guys again so much for tuning in tonight. Like I said, we got Jaylen Flye in here, the Mountain Mover himself. It's going to be a good show. If you can, tell your friends, tell your family, your grandma, whoever else, to come in the show tonight. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and bring him in here and let's get going. What is up, man?
What's happening, my man? What is happening? What's going on? Also, man, what's going on to everybody that's watching, aka my fellow Mountain Movers? How y'all doing? How y'all doing, man? How are you doing, big dog, man? Doing big things, I see.
Man, I'm doing good, man. I've been rolling along, like me and you, we text sometimes and stuff, and you kind of know what's been going on with me and stuff like that. And it's been cool, man. God's been blessing me, the channel and the music and with work and everything else, dude. So I cannot complain at all. I literally can't complain at all. I'm not saying, life is perfect and everything's hunky-dory and all the time. But, at this moment in time, man, he's been blessing me and good things have been happening, So what could I complain about? You know what I mean?
Hey, y'all, what he's not telling y'all is that he is a gifted musician. That he's a gifted musician. He is not telling y'all that.
I appreciate that, man. And while you say that, I am going to play this clip real quick while we're on it because it was a pretty cool thing I got to do, and I'm part of this organization called the Grace Notes Foundation, and we go around, we play music for all types of places, autistic centers, addiction treatment centers, kids cancer hospitals and stuff like that. But this was on the news. This was actually on CBS down here. I don't have the news clip. I don't think I was even in the news clip anyways, but this is at the place, and check out this crowd, y'all. It's pretty cool how they react. It was one of the best crowds I ever played for. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Just lean on me. So come on, everybody. So come on, everybody. There you go. I think something was up with the sound on it. But anyways, that's me doing my thing, doing God's thing, actually. And it's pretty cool, man. So anyways, so it's been about, I looked the other day, it's been about 2 months since you've been on the show. So kind of fill us in. Last time you were on the show, you hadn't gone to the Hub football camp yet. And I did want to get into that too. But, kind of what's been going on and since a couple months ago.
So what's been going on? Oh man, a lot. Really a lot has been going on. Really God had put on my heart. God had really put on my heart. He said, listen, Jaylen, do my will. Do my will and I'll take care of everything else. So that's really what I've been doing. Like as you know, I didn't branded the mountain mover. God really put God didn't put that on my spirit to actually brand that. I then started the mountain mover movement. I've been going out speaking to high schoolers, speaking to kids, speaking on the street, find somebody, speak to them, speaking to groups and everything. Really just been doing God's will and just speaking to change people's lives, because I know that the words of Jesus change people's lives. So I'm just going out there on my own path, and I know God always called me into speaking. I know He always called me into some form of ministry, but this is really my form of ministry. Just going out and talking to people and inspiring them and motivating them to move the mountain in their life, because everybody has one. Everybody has one.
That's awesome, dude. And I do have a couple clips of you tonight and stuff like that. And I wanted to play this one. And like like you said, you started this mountain mover thing. And for all the people out there, this is something that he's been working on. This is one of the videos I'm going to show tonight. But this gets me amped up, man. This video gets me amped up for real. So it's pretty cool.
It come from here. It come from here. It come from the heart. Cool. I need y'all. Let's go. First, you gotta see. Then you gotta believe. Then you gotta be. See. Believe. Be. See. Believe. Be. See. Believe. Be. First, you gotta see. You gotta believe. Be. See. Believe. Oh, let's go. I love it, baby. Stand up on 3. 1, 2, 3. Stand up.
That's awesome, man. That's so cool. Where was that?
Man, that was at a high school down here, MLK High School in Nashville, man.
Okay.
What I was doing, and he said, "Man, listen, we want to book you to come in and speak to him." And I went in there and did it. And the thing is, I wasn't charging. I'm spreading the word of God. Jesus didn't have no money. Jesus did it for free. So man, it was just a blessing for me to get started off, and really him just open up his doors, and they were very receptive. Matter of fact, right after that game, that coach texted me. He said, "Coach, man, I appreciate the energy that you brought. It was like a football locker room. Literally," he said, "We played the best game. We played the best game that we ever did. And all I did was walk in the locker room." And he said this is what he said. He said, "After the game, all I did is walk in the locker room and say, 'See it, believe it, be it.'" And he said they went crazy, man. So, hey, that's all God. God put that phrase on my spirit, and I'm just living by it. I'm just living by it. By the way, did you hear how late it was? A guy that was super late on the first see it. I said see it. Everybody else said see it. He said see it like a second late, man. Hilarious, man. My fiance brings that up every time. She said, "What? Why was he so late?" I was like, "Guess he wasn't ready. I guess he wasn't ready."
That's hilarious, man. And
like 10
Jose says doing positive things for the community is always good. God bless. And yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat, Shadow Monkey. And we will get to some Titans talk tonight. I do want to get your thoughts on some things with the Titans and stuff like that. Ryan Harris, what's up, man? Ryan Harris is awesome, man. He's got his own podcast out, and he just had Paul Kaharski on there, which was really cool. And I had him on the show last week, and just a really cool dude, man. Huge supporter of this channel, and just a really good stand-up dude. So shout out to him and Mark Jones. So yeah. So anyways, kind of what I wanted to get into was I know you went to the Hub football camp, but like a month ago or a few weeks ago.
Yep.
Tell me how that went, man. Tell me, how it went, and have you got any, traction from it?
Okay, so check this out. Complete transparency here. Went out there to the Hub, and I did everything right. I wrote my visions down. I wrote what I wanted to get out of the Hub and everything. And I went there and I didn't perform my best. I mean, I went there, I didn't perform my best when it came to the one-on-ones, but I know that God's grace is sufficient. I could have performed better. But even with me performing the way that I did, I wouldn't have. It was probably about an 80, 85. I give myself about an 85. I could have definitely did better. And even with that, I still talk to the Saints. The Saints talk to me. The Chargers talk to
Wow.
the 49ers, and even Montreal from the CFL. So I'm really grateful for that opportunity. And the thing with the hub, I met Coach Chung. Coach Chung was one of the head guys over there, one of the head coaches over there for the hub. And then he connected me. I really made a good relationship with him. I said, hey, listen, coming out here really exposed me to some top tier free agents, and I want to get to the grind. I want to work. I didn't get discouraged because I was losing reps. Because to me, losing is exciting because
Yeah.
it mean I got something to work on. It mean I'm not there yet. It mean I ain't moved the mountain as far as I would like. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm eager. I'm eager. After that, I'm like, all right, man, I'm not worried about it. I'm ready to go to work. So I reached out to Coach Chung. Coach Chung has he's creating a training facility down in Florida. Funny, down in Florida actually for
Yeah.
NFL free agents, college guys that come and train and stuff like that. I said, hey, before you even get that, before that gets off the ground, do you have any guys in Nashville that I can hook up with? He said, yeah, man. Actually, a guy that I coached when I was in Philadelphia, King Dunlap. He's a 6'10" offensive tackle, played 10 years in the league. 10 years in the NFL for Philadelphia and the Chargers. He's been my mentor and he's been training me. And the stuff that we have been doing has been so challenging to me. And it was like it's mind blowing because I felt I have been working extremely hard on technique and conditioning and everything. But the stuff that we doing and but it opens up a new challenge for me. And I'm like, dang, I have been putting I've been putting decent quality film out without this knowledge and these gems that he giving me. Now that I got these gems that he giving me, man,
Yeah.
God is working. God is working, and I'm super excited.
And that's amazing, man. Like you said, and it's cool because I got a friend that has a YouTube channel called Titans for Life. He just started it. His name's James Wheeler. Really cool dude, man. And he actually asked me to ask you a question tonight, and it kind
Oh,
of ties in to what you're talking about. You know how you and it's I commend you for a minute. Hey, I didn't play my best. Yada yada yada. I think it shows something. I think it shows your gift that you still have teams calling you. And look, I mean, most of the time we're our harshest critic.
yeah,
We're our own worst enemy. It's between the ears. Um, all that type of stuff. But it kind of leads into what you were saying. So then I told him I would ask him for you. So he says if there's one I meant to put thing, if there's one thing that you can improve upon in your game, what would it be?
I love that. I love that question. So one thing that I would improve on in my game is consistently going out there playing with confidence. That would be that would be the feeling that I belong because I work technique and stuff for hours and I know what to do. I watch film and stuff for hours. But at the end of the day, sometimes it becomes a mind game that you just said. We are our worst enemies. And sometimes from past traumas, past experience, we get to a platform and we don't feel like mentally we belong to be there. We feel like we don't belong there. And so when a live rep come, we ended up resorting to bad habits. And when we resort to bad habits, I don't resort to bad habits because I practice bad habits. I resort to bad habits because sometimes I don't feel like I deserve to be there in a way. So I'm constantly working on that battle and realizing like, hey, see it, be it. I mean, see it, believe it, be it. See it, believe it, be it. I saw it, I believed it. Now it's time to be it. It's time for me to stand up and say, I belong here. I belong here. It's a guy from North Carolina over there. It's a guy from Alabama over there. It's a guy
Yeah.
that went the third round, first round over here. I belong here. I belong here. And like I'm constantly working on that. And once I get that and figure that out, then I'll be ready to go. Like I said, I am not an underdog. I gotta constantly show that into myself. I am not an underdog. I am not that same young man who was sleeping 10 people in a 2-bedroom house. So I'm not. God has moved me. God has moved me, and once we move from our current situation, we must subconsciously move because we got to know that God is continuing to move us, and we.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy, man. Because once you get somewhere, the devil will do anything in his power to pull you back, and it may not be physically, but he dang sure gonna try to play with your mind. He dang sure gonna try to play with your mind.
Yeah, man, for sure. And I mean, and there were times, especially like, during the pandemic when we moved down here 2 weeks before it started, man. I mean, I think at that time I was at the lowest I'd ever been. I wouldn't say the lowest I've ever been, but as far as like mentally,
Yeah,
financially,
yeah.
just because it was just crazy, man. It's a whole nother story. But once again, you know, God was looking out for us, and boom, 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 one thing after the other, and it never ceases to amaze me what he'll do if you allow him to, and it is incredible. Again, on the playing part, I know since you've been out of college,
Mhm.
how many teams or like leagues would you say you've played for since you've been out?
So I played in 3 different leagues. I played in the spring league. So this how it happened. I graduated. Going into 2020. Right. Didn't get a call. The last day I was actually the last day of the draft. I was talking to the Rams. They had 2 picks, and they had 2 picks in the 7th round. They actually drafted. I was literally talking to them. They ended up drafting
Wow.
mom. That wasn't me, and I'm like, okay, I'm not getting a call. Listen, I said, okay, I'm not gonna wait around and wait for a call. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go to the gym and train. You can ask my fiance. I had her in the car. I went to the gym and trained. Of course, I had my phone on. I'm just waiting for the call. Hours go by, no call. Hours go by, no call. And then I talk to my fiance. We actually in the car, right? And I was actually watching the draft. I was watching the last day of the draft with my sister. It was my sister, my fiance, and my mom. And I'm like, yeah, I'm finna get this call. I'm gonna get this call. And it hurt me because I felt like I let them down because I hold that pressure on myself because I'm like, dang, I said I was gonna do this. I worked so hard to do this, but dang, God got another plan. So that's something I was that's something that was probably the most difficult thing. Now I ended up getting the opportunity that July to go and play go and try for the spring league showcase. Did great there, and I ended up getting drafted into the spring league for that season. I played the season with the Alpha. Season came up a little bit short, but the offensive line coach for the Generals, which is another team, he liked me. He liked me so much. He ended up bringing me in for the championship game. I played in the championship game, won the championship there. Now, based off my film and play there, the FCF offered me a contract, man. I love in the FCF, man. Great league, man. If y'all want to find some exciting football, I guarantee you, y'all need to go check out the FCF, man. It's really amazing. Great people down there. Shout out Ray Austin, Don Core, everybody that's involved. And it really put me in contact with some powerful people. So that's great. And then after the FCF, I ended up going back to the spring league. And when I went back to the spring league, I was playing guard. And then once I did that, that ended in the summer. So that was the last place I.
Huh. That's a journey, dude. Like
Is indeed.
that's a definite journey, and I know like a lot of guys probably go through that who are undrafted,
Mm-hmm.
um, those different types of things. And if you look even now, like you look at what the Titans have gone through this season with, they've had the most injuries in NFL history this season. They've dressed the most people in NFL history. There was a guy out there last week, Buster Skrine. or Screen. I don't remember his name, a cornerback, and he had an interception in the game. And that guy hasn't played all season. You know what I mean? Like, he was an undrafted guy from what I believe, but there's a lot of undrafted guys suiting up right now, you know, and when you get that chance, man, I feel like I mean, just in my spirit alone, I feel like you're right there, man. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's going to happen. It's like my boy Mason Kinsey, man, I was telling you about earlier. He's been on the practice squad. He's been fighting and scraping. I know his family, shout out to his family. And, he's one of those guys, kind of like you, never quit, never give up attitude, constantly working, constantly moving, constantly improving. And, I think good things are going to happen. Ryan Harris says, God is testing your patience. As long as you can trust in him, he's going to lead you in the right direction. Just keep grinding. So there you go.
Let me tell you, let me give y'all a quick story. This is actually put on my spirit earlier today. So, a lot of people don't really look into this, man. But right before Jesus went to the cross, Jesus went and prayed. He went and prayed, I believe it was 3 times. And in this prayer, he was talking to God, saying he said the same prayer 3 times. He said, "Man, listen, this is my version of it." He said, "Man, listen, God, this cup is like, this is a little bit too much. Like I don't really believe." Basically, God was being completely Jesus was being completely transparent with God. God, man, listen, this burden, now this is heavy on me. This burden right here is heavy on me. Now, if it can pass over me, just let it pass over me. But if you want me to do it, just let your will be done. Let your will be done. Let your will be done. If this burden is too much for me, God, but let your will be done. And to me, that's so powerful. And when it comes to us and us going through our trials and us going through our tribulations, this was Jesus, the Son of God, the person who just did all those miracles. And he came to God and he said, "Man, listen, God, this is too much." After my workout, and I didn't get signed. I was in a low point. I was in a low point. Man, I done did all of this. And like, dang, God, you want me to go through this? You want me to go through this process out of everybody? And God said, "Listen, yeah, I prayed for it, and God want me to stick out this process because a story like this has not been written." And just like how Jesus knew, God knew Jesus had to do that so he can save people, so he can inspire people, so he can die for our sins. And I'm not saying nowhere saying my journey compared to Jesus' journey is nowhere imperative. But if you interpret that like, we're going to have to sacrifice and we're going to have to go through some tough situations. Not for me. This journey right here is not for me. Our tribulation never for us, but it's for somebody else to hear the gospel. It's for somebody else to be inspired. It's for somebody else to continue to move them out in their life. That's what God tells us, to be completely transparent. I was so down. I'm like, man, dang, I don't feel like working out. Man, dang, I don't feel like eating right. Like, man, dang. Wow. Like I was at a low spot. I really was. And the thing is, it happens. You can just look at Psalms. You can look at the Psalms of David. A lot of those Psalms, David was complaining. Yeah. He always ended with praise, but David was complaining and being completely transparent with God, and that's what God really wants us to do. And I was being transparent with God, like, God, man, this process, man, it's hard, it's tough, it sucks, but this is what you want me to do. So praise God, I'm gonna do it. And my mindset.
And there was it kind of leads into this other clip that I wanted to play of you. And let's see here. I think it's this one. But yeah, we'll roll this one.
Yes, sir. Let's go. No one expects more from me than me. And that is why I cannot lose. How can I lose when my expectations for myself far exceed what anybody else expects from me. I expect myself to be the best husband. I expect myself to be a provider. I expect myself to be disciplined. I expect myself to wake up early. I expect myself to stay late. I expect myself to be the first billionaire in my family. That is why I cannot lose, because my expectations, I expect too much from myself, and that's how it's supposed to be. If you want to get ahead, if you want to get that promotion, if you want to change your life, you must expect more. The reason why you're a loser, because you expect to be a loser. You expect yourself to lose because everyone else expects you to lose. You gotta change your mindset. Change your mindset. Let's start out this week right. Let's start out this week right. Motivation Monday, Mountain Mover Monday. Let's expect more out of ourselves. And don't be surprised when you get the results. Do not be surprised when you get the result. Forget about it. Let's go.
Anyways, that wasn't the one I wanted to play, but it still ties into it as well. But I love that, man. Dude, you're the mountain mover stuff. Like I'm so stoked about. I'm so stoked to see how God's gonna propel that. I know what's crazy is you've only been doing it for like a month and a half, 2 months, because you didn't really have it rolling then, and it seems like you're doing some stuff with it, man, and it's really cool. And kind of tell us like what that spawned from. You know what I mean?
So I actually, God is funny. When you got a gift, God gonna tell you. When God bless you with a gift, He gonna tell you, whether He telling you through other people or whether He telling you through even the Spirit. But God will send it through your close friends, send it through a stranger, send it through distant friends. And I've always been told, like, hey man, you got a gift. Like, dang, the way when you speak, people listen. I'm gonna give you two examples, two separate occasions, probably 2 years apart, actually. When I was at Austin P, I had a Bible study class. Right, I was in a Bible study class, man. I was reading the word. It was my turn to read out. I read it out, and everybody, when I was reading the word, and when I got done, everybody was just looking at me. I looked up, and
I lost your audio for a second.
You got me?
I think we got you. Let's see.
What about now?
No video, but I got your audio.
Hold on, let me find it. Hold on. Whoa, my bad, big dog.
Oh, you good? You good? I'll get to some of the comments while you're fixing that. So I appreciate y'all in the house. Let some people know if you haven't yet that we're live right now. Shadow Monkey, what's this tonight's show about? Yeah, we're doing an interview with Jaylen Flye here.
There we go.
There we go. So yeah, Shadow Monkey asked earlier. Yeah, I got you. You good?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You hear me?
My bad, y'all. We're having some technical difficulties.
Oh,
big good. Dog, I don't think I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me in the chat out there?
Might be me. Hold on. Let's go.
So, anyways, while he gets get it figured out there, we'll get him back in here, guys. Sorry about that. But anyways, Titan Uploads in the house. Tighten up, man, and y'all check it out. We're Titan Uploads got a show right after this, and so y'all check that out. Titan Upload will be doing a preview show. We're gonna get Jaylen back in here. What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Hey.
All right, there we go. Technical difficulties.
We're gonna blame that on my fiance because she knew I had a show right now and she still called me. She probably on her and she gonna call me.
So no, it's all good, man. I was doing a show the other night. My wife walked by and turned the light switch off. That was like, because it's like one switch that you know how you have that one switch in the house that operates like one thing, and I had it all plugged in there. But yeah, that's just part of it, man. So the mountain mover thing, let's get back onto that. So
like I was saying, man, God will affirm your gifts through other people on multiple separate occasions. These two specific occasions were 2 years apart, really 2 to 3 years apart. So I was actually reading in my college Bible study group that I got invited to. It was my turn to read, and then I'm sitting there reading the word. I'm just reading it out loud. And when I get done reading, like I'll just look up because I don't hear nobody saying anything. Like they're not saying nothing. They're not going on with the discussion. So I'm like, what's going on? I look up and everybody's looking at me. And the leader said, my man Vince, man, my man Vince. I'm so thankful for him, man, for bringing me back to God, man, in college. And he said, man, dang, when you read God's word, man, it's almost thunderous. I said, I was like, man, okay, that's a little weird, man. I was just reading the word. Like, that's just how I speak. And then my another occasion. I got occasion like these for days, man. God really got a way of affirming. So my last semester of college, we had to write a 32-page paper, right? And then we had to do a presentation on it. And when I did my presentation, right after this is the last presentation. I was going to be out. I just had to grad. I was going to be out. I was graduating in 3 days. And the professor came up and talked to me. He said, man, listen, you should really, really think about going into public speaking. I said, oh, yeah, man, I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, man, gratitude. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, dog. I'm thinking he just buttering me up. And then another recent one, this is the last one I'm doing, another recent one when I was in the FCF and I was hosting a Bible study, right? And I hosted Bible study every week. And then one week, my coach ended up coming. One of my offensive line coach ended up coming. He said, he know my name is Jaylen Fly, but for some reason, he always called me Fry. I don't know why. He always called me Fry. He said, now, Fry, I know you're gonna be playing this football thing for a long time, but when you get done, you're gonna be in ministry. He from Texas, real country dude, man. Real country dude. Love him to death, man. Coach Phillips, man, love him to death, man. But that was one of the things that he sold into me, man. And he ended up coming to every Bible study since then. He'll be on Thursday. He'll be asking me on Monday, hey Fry, we on for Thursday? He'll do the same thing every day. I'm like, man, Coach, yes, we on, man.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. And for those in the chat, if you just got here or whatever, this show is about Jaylen Flye-Sadler. I almost said Fry. But one of my best friends growing up was named Josh Fry. But anyways, so he's a professional football player. You've played in pro leagues. And he's the guy, John Glennon. Shout out to John Glennon. He did retweet this show tonight. He was kind of the first media guy that did a thing for Jaylen Flye. Jaylen Flye was you kind of went viral for practicing outside the Titans facility and trying to get him.
Man, I know. I would have still been out here today, man. I would have still been out here.
Yeah. So that's kind of how that's Jaylen, and he also has a thing called the Mountain Mover Movement, which he was just talking about, the Mountain Mover Project. So yeah, and Titan Upload is another guy who's got a channel. We're both part of the Titan Upload network here. So shout out to him as well. I want to play another video from her real quick, man. And I love this too, man. And then you're saying something here about like hard work is your gift. And I just thought it was so cool because a lot of the times, like, and even in my life, like, and I've complained about, oh man, I'm not really doing what, like, God is wanting me to do. Really, I'm kind of doing this job and it's not really gratifying or whatever else, and blah blah blah, and poor me and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, when I get home, man, and especially in the mornings, I feel like in the mornings is when I'm most grateful.
Wow.
Like and I don't know why, like, it's just, I should be grateful all the time, and I am at the core, but like in the mornings, that's like my time, like, to really dig in, talk to God, get into the word and things like that. That's when I like set my time to do that. And I just have, like, I don't know, man. I just have this gratitude about me to where it's like, man, stop complaining, dude. Like, you got more than most people. I'm not saying I'm rich by any means, nothing like that, but I got a roof over my head. I got an awesome wife that I've been with for 4 years. I got a great group of friends, great community around me. I've been clean and sober for 6 years. That's a miracle in itself.
Let's go.
So it's like, you know, from where I was to where I am now, dude, it's not even you wouldn't even recognize me back then. You know what I'm saying? Like I am a walking miracle, like for real. I'm a living, breathing, walking, talking miracle. And I'm such a hard worker now, man. And it kind of leads into this. And I love this message from you, dude. I love it, man. Here,
I'm working. I can't control the timing. I can't control when it's going to happen. But the only thing I can control is that I'm going to work no matter what the circumstances is. I'm going to work no matter what you say. I'm going to work no matter how many obstacles or trials and tribulations are in my way. Hard work, that is my talent. That is my gift, the ability to be able to persevere and work harder and longer than anybody else. That is my gift. That is my gift. That is my talent. I'm going to keep pushing on this mountain. And I know God is a good God. And all things work together for those who love him and serve him. I'm going to serve him unconditionally. And we finna get to moving. We finna get to moving. We finna get to moving. This mountain. The mountain moving.
Boy,
your videos get me amped, dude. It's
ready to run through a wall.
Yeah, it's so cool, man. And somebody asked a question earlier. I meant to get to it. Oh, James, for this friend of mine, he's the one who asked a question earlier, but he just came in. But he said, Jaylen, what is your biggest? I think biggest off the field attribute. There we go.
My biggest off the field attribute. Oh, that, you know what? That's a great question, man. I'll say, man, really my character. I'm really a charismatic person. God put this thing into me because I done been through trauma. I done been through trauma. I done been depressed. I done been lowly. I done been in low spots. But really,
You lost your audio again. All right, we'll get Jaylen back in there. I think we lost his audio again, but yeah, we'll ask him that question again. And thank all you guys for tuning in tonight. We've been having a little technical difficulties, but it's all good. We'll get it going here in a second. I'll get to some of your comments. Titan Uploads in the building. Jameson, Jay Tyrus, what's up, man? Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Ryan Harris, like he said, I feel the same way. I appreciate that, brother. Jameson said he's talking to Titan Upload there. And Jameson says, man, take us to church. Titan Upload says, don't forget your musical talents too, buddy. I appreciate that, man. So we get Jaylen back in here.
man,
somebody calling again.
man. You know what? I rarely get calls, and I got my phone on do not disturb and everything. Then and sent out a message, but now everybody want to call me. It's all good. It's all good. But back to my off the field attribute, my character and my energy is really it's really unmatched. And I think that's why I stick to a lot of people, because I mean I'm so friendly and I'm so loving. Like I love everybody, and I can talk to everybody. And I think that's just really my gift, is being really to have the ability to have people stick to me, and me being able to be open with people and people open up to me. And that's a gift. That's a gift. And I thank God for that.
Yeah, man, that's cool. I kind of feel like that's my gift too. You know what I mean? Like talking to people and kind of relating to people and things like that. I kind of feel like that too. You know what I mean? So I know I wanted to kind of talk about this too while I had you on here tonight. And like, you know, at the end of the day, this is a Titans channel, but I I'm not the one to try and go out and get people to come on and stuff like that, because it's just kind of hard, to get like big name sports media people and all that type of stuff. I mean, I'm working on a few things, but I like to get people on who have stories, man, like people who have some gumption. I'm not saying they don't, but I like to have guests on that are unique, you know what I mean, like in a good way. And it's just cool to me, like when somebody's got a story, man, when somebody's come from something, had to overcome something, and I know that's you, man. But I kind of wanted to get to, like, a few questions about, being an offensive lineman and things like that. What do you, I know you've talked about maybe some of your weaknesses as an offensive lineman. What do you think, like, technically, some of your greatest strengths are?
So my greatest strengths are, man, God, these arms. I almost touched the camera from the other room, right there.
Yeah.
No, man, I got extremely long extremities. Really, really stretchy arms, man. I got really stretchy arms. I'm pretty excited about that, man. What else, man? I move extremely well. I move extremely well, especially for my height and my weight. I move well, and really, I spend so much on technique that I'm really a technician. Like, I fell in love with the technique of the game. I really fell in love with the technique of the game, and really playing offensive line, man. We really just a 300 plus pound dancing bear, 330 plus pound defensive back, really, because we play backwards. That, like, we backwards going against guys that run 4.4s, 4.4s, 4.5s. So defensive backs. That's really what we are. Love. We just got a little extra love on.
That's funny you say that, man. I've never heard it put like that. That's interesting. And two, as an offensive lineman, you're already kind of at a disadvantage because the guy across from you is facing forward. So, I mean, it's just a natural disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the technique is so important. Like, you could have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have technique, you probably ain't got nothing, it'll probably get you so far, but I'm not really an expert on any of that, but I mean, I'm sure you could probably attest to that.
Yeah, you're 100% right, man. If you don't have technique, especially playing at the high levels like the NFL, like, it will only get you so far. Talent will only get you so far. Athletic ability will only get you so far. It's really a combination of multiple things that's gonna help you excel.
And it makes you wonder too, like, how many people have been, like, quote unquote draft bust, that, like, they never got in the playbook, that like that was the knock on them. They'd skip out on the meetings. They wouldn't do, like, the small stuff that, they had first round talent, but they didn't do nothing because they wouldn't do the small stuff.
Exactly.
Do you have, like, a favorite O lineman now that's in the league, like, or that's,
so
it could be anybody really from the past or whatever?
Man, I have a crap. See, the thing is, I watch a lot of football, dog. I watch a lot of football, and honestly, when I'm watching the game, that's how I know I'm really a true offensive lineman. When I watch the game, I don't watch nobody but the offensive line. I don't watch anybody.
That's funny.
But, man, Quentin Nelson, of course. Quentin Nelson, one of my favorites. I just love the way he plays the game with leverage and physicality.
Yeah.
He's a finisher. Like, he will finish you, but then again, he's the type of guy to help you up. So me and him, we kind of got that same mindset. And between the whistle, all right, dog, I got to dominate you, dog. You feel me? Just because it's fun. I'm going to dominate you because it's fun, and it's my form of praise. And once I do that, I'm going to help you up. So Quentin Nelson up there. Let's see. Silverback, a.k.a. Williams for the 49ers.
Yeah.
Tyron Smith from the Cowboys, extreme technician. Lane Johnson, right tackle for the Eagles. I love it. I love his vertical set, man. I love how he plays with his hands, man. Andrew Whitworth, man.
Yeah, dude.
His coach, one of his first coaches that actually drafted him and coached him at the Cincinnati Bengals. I got a good relationship with him. His name is Coach Coach Alexander, Coach Paul Alexander. I message with him quite often. I actually trained with him as well, man. And he's good, man. Willie, Big Willie from Auburn. He played years ago. Willie Anderson played for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Got to be a Hall of Famer, man. I message him and stuff a lot. I watch a lot of his videos. It helped me, man. But I can go on and on, man. Take you way back to Jeff Saturday for the Indianapolis Colts, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Whitworth's amazing, man. He's like 40 and he's still playing at a high level, you know. That's something else, dude. Yeah, I was watching
kick slide.
Yeah. I was watching they got some new Hard Knocks. It's like during the season now. It's they're doing it on the Colts. And it was the game against the Bills when they were playing the Bills. And they weren't running the football at all. Like, they weren't running the ball. They were throwing interceptions, yada, yada. And Quentin Nelson's on the sideline. It shows him talking to Frank Reich, the coach, and he's like, can we please run the ball on this drive? Come on, let's run the ball. And they ran it like every down. Of course, they have Jonathan Taylor, too, who's like the best back in the league right now because Henry's out. But
man, yeah, you better correct that, man. You was trying to get some right there.
I know.
Your chat was finna light up.
But when Henry's back, he'll be number 2 again. But yeah, they ran it all the way down the field and ran it down their throats and scored, and they ended up winning that game. I do have some highlights of you. Like, this is from when I took it off your Twitter. It was like when you were in Lindenwood, I think. Okay. So I wanted to play them because a lot of people haven't actually. I know you got stuff on like other leagues and stuff, but I thought this was a pretty cool highlight video, and because a lot of people haven't actually seen you in action. So here's a pretty cool video for y'all to watch. I love that last shot where you just ragged all the guy, man. That was awesome, dude. Yes. Also, I got a picture of you, an old school picture, man, of you at Austin P. When you that was right out of high school, huh?
I think I was probably about 17 in that picture, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. You look so young there, dude. You still look young now, but yeah, you look so young there, man. That had to be a good feeling, man, to get signed to no matter what college it is, to get signed to a college and stuff like that. That's got to be a heck of a feeling.
It did, man. And God's so funny, man. I was the first person in my high school to actually sign to a Division I program for a scholarship.
Really?
Yes, and that was just me playing 1 year of varsity football, and God got a thing where he don't like taking credit for nobody, so sometimes he'll make you flourish, and he'll make a flower flourish in a factory or something. You know what I'm saying? Just so he can say, listen, yeah, I'm God, I did that, so let me go and get my credit.
There's another video too. It's really short. And I this is kind of a technical question about being an O lineman. You posted a thing about the snap method. Mm-hmm. And you had posted a tweet about it, and it's just a real quick video. So, and I'll play it again. And I think you're on the left here. You're number 78, right?
Yep. If it's my college film, yeah.
All right. So on your Twitter, you had called that the snap method. What does that mean?
I didn't even see a video.
Oh, you didn't? Let me show it again. Let me see if it'll pop up.
I know what you're talking about, though. I think I was going against. I know you was talking about.
Yeah, let me play it one more time, see if you can see it. I don't know. It might be real quick. It's really quick, but anyways, it's in Lindenwood.
I know. I see it now.
Okay.
So I know exactly what you're talking about. So it's called a snap method. A lot of people call it a snatch method, trap method. So really what it is basically, listen, if you try to push on a man that's 300 pounds, 250 pounds, if you try to push on a man 100 plays a game, every single game, like it's going to eventually deteriorate your body. So basically the trap method, all that is using their momentum against them. If I see a guy, if I'm taking a pass set and I see a guy that's leaning in with his long arm, what I'm gonna do is I know he's putting his weight behind that long arm. So what I'm gonna do is instead of catching a long arm, I'm gonna trap it. So therefore his momentum is going down. He falls. I fall on top of him. You can't get a sack if you're on the ground. And another thing, if I see them coming in with a bull rush and I'm not in position to sit on the bull, what I would do is I'll put my hand now. I'm giving y'all some gems. I hope they don't call. I hope they don't call it something when I get to the league. But what I would do is if they got their hands right there and I see them leaning, what I would do is I'll get my hands in the middle and I'll just give them a quick tug real quick. And that tug is enough just to pull their momentum down. And I'll just kick my feet from out and I just land on top of them.
Huh. That's cool, man. I'm sure there's so many different things that you get from coaches. Every coach has something different. Like it's crazy how much goes into being an O lineman, like how much technique that goes into it. I've kind of heard about it, but it's like, you wouldn't think that position would be so involved, but it really is, man. Like it
is, man. It's so technical, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's beat the man in front of you. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. But I mean, there's many things that can help with that. So we're gonna start wrapping it up here soon, man. I don't want to keep you on super long, but if you guys got any questions, if you guys got any questions in the chat, ask Jaylen now. You're more than welcome to.
Please ask some questions. Listen, I'm being completely transparent. Ask me anything.
Yeah. Anything y'all want. There you go. Anything y'all want, you can ask Jaylen.
Number. Do not ask for my social security number. Do not my tax return. Don't ask for none of that.
Yeah. So if y'all got any questions about Jaylen, if it's what team he would love to play for in NFL, what, anything like that, football related, God related, his movement related, anything y'all want to ask him.
Got plenty of gear coming out. Make sure y'all follow Twitter and all that. I'm gonna give it at the end.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I did want to ask you about that too. But yeah, if y'all got any questions, please feel free to ask Jaylen. I'll post them on the screen. And so Titans for life. There you go. He's got one. He says, "What is your preferred line position?"
My preferred, man. This gonna sound crazy, man. But when I played in the FCF, I was playing center, and center is actually fun. It really is. And I'm 6'8", and the thing is, a lot of those guys, like the nose tackles and the 3 technique and the 1 technique. Those are shorter guys, and I'm like, dang, I literally snapping and jumping, and I got my hands on them because I'm long. So I do like playing center, but I'm a true tackle. So my favorite position, I love center. I really do like center.
Shadow Monkey's got a good one. This is funny. So he says,
Monkey.
He says, you think you could take on Jeffrey Simmons?
Jeffrey Simmons, man, look, man. Check this out. This is how I feel about anything. This is just how I feel. I take so much confidence, so much pride in who I am. I'm going to work until I win a rep. And if I lose a rep, I don't see losing as a bad thing. I do not. As long as I'm learning. But as a competitor, I'm gonna keep working until I can. I'm gonna keep working until I can.
Yeah, That's funny. And somebody else even asked it too. Do you think you could beat Jeffrey Simmons? Jeffrey Simmons is a beast, you know?
See, that's the thing, man. These guys are beasts. These guys are beasts. These guys are grown men.
Yeah.
So I'm Otto, praise God. So I'm Otto, praise God. I love it.
That's right, man. That's right. And you know, you never know till you get the opportunity, you know. I mean,
And I played against NFL talent. I played against top tier NFL free agents, guys that's in the NFL right now, guys
yeah.
that's in the NFL rosters. So hey, all I need is an opportunity.
That's right, man. That's a lot of people, man. A lot of people just need an opportunity, whether it's anything in life. You know what I'm saying? Like a job, this, or that, you know, a school to go to, anything, man. Like some people just all they need is that opportunity, man. Then they're gonna relish, you know.
And most people don't work until their opportunity. Like I said this analogy in one of my videos. Like, what if you work for 364 days, right? Say you work and pray for 64 days, and you end up quitting on that 365th day, and that was the day where you were supposed to get your blessing.
Yeah.
That's how you got to look at it, one day at a time. And I know that every day I got to give up. Every day I got to get up and give it my best, even when I don't feel like it. Even when honestly, I'm gonna be completely transparent. It's days where I do not feel like waking up at 4 a.m. It is. It's days where I don't feel like working out. It's days where it's days where I'm discouraged. It's days where I'm anxious. It is days like that. But check it out. The difference between me and other people, if they don't feel like doing something, they don't do it. But if I don't feel like doing something, I do more of it. Like if I don't feel like lifting for an hour and a half, all right, okay. Now I'm gonna lift for an hour and 45 just to disconnect my emotions from the actual reality. Because feeling, let me tell you something, emotion a lot of time does not reflect the reality. That's just true. The emotions does not reflect the reality of certain situations. Really out of a lot of situations. One of my great mentors and great coaches told me this, man. Munoz, man, he told me this. He said a baseball player said this one time. He said, "How bad do you have to be to feel good to play good? You can't confuse sensation with the performance." So, that's my little spiel on that. I don't even know how I got there, but God just put that on.
That's awesome. I'll ask you a couple more here. If you got a few more minutes.
Man, come on, let's do it.
All right. So
Hopefully.
Titans for life again. He says, "What is your arm measurements?"
Man, I ain't getting my arms. I think about 35, 36. 35, 36 on one, but my wingspan over 7 feet. It's like 7'1". And then, man, this guy, I'm sorry, my coach Coach Dunlap, dude, he's 6'10", and his wingspan is 7'1" too. So yeah, I got some slingers on me.
How big are your hands, dude? Your hands look huge.
I do got some big hands, man. You want to see something? Look at that. Look at that pinky, dude.
Oh wow, man.
That's a mountain right there, huh? Mountain movement.
Is that like natural? Or is that from playing football?
From playing football, man.
I don't know if it's just like something you were born with or what.
No,
hey, man.
Bug is just jacked, man.
That's funny, man. Raul says, "Who is your favorite team and all-time favorite player?" You kind of answered player earlier, but you know,
Peyton Manning.
Okay, yeah, I remember you saying that.
I know it's gonna be some comments blowing up saying some crazy stuff, so I'm gonna say Peyton Manning. Yes, Peyton Manning is the GOAT in my book. That's just my personal opinion. Love Peyton Manning. Been a Peyton Manning fan since I was little. He is, and I already know what's the question. What about Tom Brady? I love Tom Brady. Great guy. He's a legend. Gonna probably go down as the best ever. So that's my opinion. I ain't finna answer no question about Tom Brady, Peyton Manning coming up.
And who's your favorite team? I know you Titans or you. I couldn't remember.
I ain't gonna set myself up for that one.
All right.
I love all of them, but
I
did grow up a Colts fan just because Peyton Manning. Favorite. The crazy thing is,
yeah, man. No, it's all good.
I was like in 3rd grade, and we was just so happened to have a Super Bowl party, and I didn't know what team was which. It was the Colts versus the Chicago Bears. My favorite color was blue. I said, man, I like that team that got the blue on. I think they had blue in their uniform and something, man. And it's been my favorite team since then.
I don't know. I mean, back when I was younger, we didn't even have a team here. Like the closest team was the Colts. The Colts is Indianapolis is what, 5 hours, 6 hours from Nashville. Then you had Cincinnati was 4 hours. Then you had Atlanta, which is 3.5, 4 hours. I was just like, my family were Vols volunteer fans, college and stuff. And then the Titans came around. I didn't even really watch pro football when I was younger. Like, just wasn't. Now that's all I watch. I don't even really watch college anymore. So let's see. Somebody else had a question here. Jameson, he says, okay, got a question. Just wondering, are you still continuing to get on to an NFL team this year or next year?
Come on. Great question, man. Listen, I'm working every single day. My workout plan, my training regimen, my diet, that I'm in shape to where I can get signed tomorrow. That's it.
Nice.
And that's just how it's gonna be. And even if it's 6 months from now, hey, I'm in shape so I can get signed the next day. That's just really how it got to be. And to be completely transparent, a lot of people, and I'm really gonna start. I'm probably gonna open up my Mountain Mover page to me being more open with this journey. It's hard and it's stressful. It's hard. I ain't gonna say stress. I don't really believe in stress because that's man made. That's an emotion. But I don't really. I need to open up on how hard it is, how difficult it is to be a professional athlete that's a free agent, because you can get a call from a team and they don't even sign you. You know what I mean? You can get an email from a team, hey, send this over, and they don't even sign you. So it's really an emotional roller coaster because you train and you train and you train, you get a call. Okay, all right, well, I can get signed, I can get signed. And then you got family members asking, hey, what's up? What's up? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Wife, fiance, hey, you good? You good? And then you back on the emotional roller coaster, and then you got to work. So it's a lot of uncertainty, but I know God. Boy, I know God. That's one thing I know for certain. So we're gonna keep pushing. But hey, I'm in shape like I can play them all.
Awesome, man. And I'll give you one more here from Titans for Life. Titans for Life's got the good questions here. He's my buddy, man. He was a coach too, so he knows about the game too. If you could get coaching for one day from any coach, living or dead, who would it be? That's a good question.
That's a great question, man. Wow, that's a great question, man. I actually check this out. So, that's powerful. So I'm gonna go check it out. So living, and I kind of already got a relationship. I kind of already have a relationship with him, but I would still love to just spend more time with him, man. Coach Jim McNally, he coached with the Bengals, coached in the league for so long, man. So long, man. I would definitely want to spend time with Coach Jim McNally. Coach Jim McNally, man, he was a pioneer, man. He literally invented the kick step. And he's a pioneer, man, talking about the lift technique, actually lifting a guy rather than trying to push him, but get underneath him and lift him and center our mass. But really huge fan of him, man. Just to be around him some more would be amazing. I know he was a consultant for years, man, but he at the time of his life where he's just relaxing, and man, he did what he had to do for the game. So I got all love for him and Mr. Alexander as well.
Yeah, man. When you were on the first time, I looked up some of those coaches that you had been coached by and trained by some, and McNally, man, he's got a resume, dude. Like, I was like, holy moly.
It was his birthday earlier this week. I made sure I reached out to him and told him happy birthday. Make sure I messaged him and told him happy birthday, man. Love the dude, man.
Yeah. One more in here. It says, Raul Garcia, would you entertain playing in the CFL if the opportunity arises?
Now, so I would, because it is a high level. I was actually talking to the Baltimore Ravens. I was talking to I ain't gonna put the position out there, but I was talking to somebody from the Baltimore Ravens. They said, "Hey, listen, what you want to do is you want to boom, 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 boom. NFL right here, you got boom, boom, and then you're gonna get right there. You got to take them steps up so that when you get here, you stick." And I was actually talking to a few teams in the CFL. I was calling them, texting them, and like I was really into it with this one team. But then they just stopped. They just didn't sign me, and that was actually really discouraging. I was hurt. I was like, dang. But I still make sure I send my texts and stuff to them, email them, give them updates, let them know I'm in the best shape of my life, ready to go.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. And the CFL is no joke, man. It's not just. It's been around a long time, you know. Like there's been a lot of guys come out of the CFL. Now I think that Kurt Warner came out of the AFL, the Arena League.
Well, yes.
Yeah, but I know there's been some famous CFL people come out of the CFL too.
Exactly. And like I said, I got all respect for the Canadian Football League. It's high level of football up there. A lot of people think if you're not playing in the NFL, you're not playing professional ball.
That's not true.
It's not true because it's so much more competitive in leagues like that because everybody is trying to get to the next level. Everybody is trying to get paid. Everybody is just so competitive because everybody fighting for a chance.
Yeah. I feel like too, and maybe I'm wrong on this, and you've been in these other leagues. I feel like just from an outsider looking in that I feel like the people in those leagues, the players, you would, as far as character, it seems like you'd have a lot more like better character guys because you got a lot of guys trying to grind and stuff like that. You know, things that aren't handed to them. They got to really work to get up there. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's good and bad everywhere, but you know what I'm saying.
You definitely have those guys, and it's a majority of those guys who work. It's a majority of those guys who like, yeah, man, listen, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. But you got a lot of guys like that's just where they wanna that's just where they wanna be. Like
Yeah.
That's just where they want to be. They have no aspiration of going to the next level. So it's give and take everywhere. See me, I just always believed in, okay, I got to be the hardest worker, so I can't do this, and this, and I can't surround myself around this, and this. But it's really just a mindset thing. But some people are really just complacent with where they at. See, I always treat everything like the NFL. When I was in the spring league, I treated it like the NFL. I'm staying after late for practice. I'm asking the coach questions. I'm trying to be the first person in meeting. I'm looking around, and I'm like the only person with a pen and a pad. Like if it's an NFL room, I don't want to go too deep into that, but man, I just try to treat every situation like it's the NFL. Like I go through my warm up like I'm at an NFL warm up. I play my games like I'm at an NFL game. That's just the mindset that you got to have. Like they used to say, man, dress for the job that you want, not the job that you got. And that's a mindset you got to have in everything. Like your podcast, you got to treat like the biggest podcast in the world. I don't care if it's one person.
Yeah.
One person on there, and that really show faith, man. That's really an act. That's really an act of believing, right there, man.
Yeah, I told Titan Upload, and y'all tune in to Titan Upload as soon as you get off here. He's having a show right now. His preview. Titan Upload is actually him and Titan Anderson, the biggest Titans YouTubers out there. Titan Upload is about 8,000. He's a big Christian himself.
Oh no,
really good dude, man. One day I would love to us do this on his channel
as
well. Like do like maybe 3 of us go on there and kind of bounce back and forth. He's got a huge following and he's helped me out a lot with this, man. Actually, I would say he's probably one of my best friends now, you know.
Gotta work
together. Yeah, so it's pretty cool, man. And so y'all check him out as soon as we get done here. Yeah, Warren Moon. Somebody said Warren Moon won 5 Canadian Football League Grey Cups.
Wow.
So nice. We'll wrap it up here, man. I did want to put this on the screen. Jay Tyrus said something cool. He says, Jaylen, as you already know, God has a plan for you, whether it's playing football or being a motivational speaker. Trust in him. But, yeah, I would love to see you playing Parting the Sea for Henry.
Come on now. I love it. I got to keep this quick because my phone on 1. My phone's on. And listen, God does have a plan for you, but sometimes God kind of, I ain't gonna say he alters your path, but when you get saved, you do become a new creation. But those dreams that God instilled in you, and I'm talking to anybody on here who feel like this is touching their spirit, when that dream is instilled in you, and even when you get saved, you can still have those same dreams. All that God is telling you to do is to change your motives. Change your motives of why you want to get there. So a lot of times when we have our dreams, we base it off pain, we base it off emotion, we base it really off our flesh rather than basing off the principles of God. So hey, y'all can do anything y'all can do anything y'all want to do, man. Make sure y'all follow my page for merch, man. My Twitter is Ball for Christ 13. My Facebook is the Mountain Mover. Oh, he got it. Oh man, that's dope. He got it right there. The Mountain Mover Movement. I think it's also right now. I'm sorry, y'all, but it's under the on my Facebook. It's the Mountain Mover Motivational Speaker. I'm actually finna change that, but man, I changed it twice, and they making me wait to change it. Well, yeah, make sure y'all go and like, man. I got some merch coming out too. I got some old hoodies. I got some more shirts, man. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be
nice,
tough.
man. I want to get one of those.
Oh, man. No, you think I ain't got you, man? I got you, man.
Yeah, I can't wait to get one
Yeah.
of those.
Oh,
All
yes.
right, man. I'll let you get out of here. I know you're like at 1%, so I appreciate you, dude. God bless you, man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna shoot you a text and stuff after this, man.
All right, cool, man.
Bless y'all.
We'll see you. Many blessings, man. All right, so there he is, the mountain mover himself, making an appearance on the show again. Man, I love that dude, man. He's such a good dude. Just a really nice, genuine guy, man. That's the type of people I like to be around and surround myself with. I appreciate y'all in the chat tonight. We didn't have a lot of people in there tonight in the chat, but we had a lot of movement, a lot of comments. You guys made it a great show, and I really appreciate that. YouTube is weird. Sometimes you'll get 80 people. Sometimes you'll get 5, 10, 15, 20. Nonetheless, it was an amazing show. We got the message out, what we wanted to get out, and that's all that matters. Wasn't really too much of a Titan show tonight, but please go over to Titan Uploads channel right now as soon as we end, because he's having a preview show. And here we had a double header tonight. So you had me with the Moving Mountains with Jaylen. Then you got Titan Upload. He is on right now doing the Steelers. So like I said, sorry, not much Titans content tonight, but it was kind of a special episode type of show. So y'all head on over to Titan Upload. Please check him out, his show. I'm heading over there right now as soon as I click in here. And what's up, Bryce, and everybody in the chat, man? Y'all been killer for me tonight. I really appreciate all the comments and all that stuff. So I really appreciate that. Jose, Ryan says Titan Upload Network on fire tonight. Yeah, man, we're trying to bring good content down the pipe, so I really appreciate you guys. Help us get to 1,000, help us get to 1K. It's we're getting closer there. So thank you guys so much. I'm gonna get on out of here. Tighten up. I can't wait to see what Upload has to say about the Steelers. Is he going to pick them, the Titans, to win or to lose? We don't know. We don't know with Upload, man. But he will set us straight. He will tell us an unbiased opinion of what he thinks it's going to be. So I'm curious to see what his thoughts are on the game. So tighten up. We'll see y'all later. As the infamous Al Pierce would say, let's go kick Steelers' tail. So there we go. Tighten up, guys. We'll see y'all later.